This week's Premier League game continue playing on, and now we are on week 23. And last week we see a big game where Liverpool maintained their winning streak here. They beat their strong opponent here. But this week they will face another strong opponent, their rivals, Man United, who steal the point with them in the first leg before. The only team who can steal the point against Liverpool in first leg. So can Man United stop them? We will discuss it later. Now we see our 10 game playing this weekend. First, Watford against Tottenham Hotspur. So last weekend, I mentioned before, Liverpool lost to a strong team, that is Tottenham Hotspur. But actually, Spurs did create some chance to score. They have chance to make the draw or win here. But unfortunately, their striker, Harry Kane, are on injured. And at that game, they are really missed on Harry Kane because they missed a lot of scoring chance here. Could Heung-min Son or Lucas Moura replace Harry Kane? But anyway, I believe if Spurs they still wish to play the Champions League next season, they're ready to find the 3 points here. So I believe they can back to the winning track. My prediction score here, Tottenham Hotspur 2-1 win against Watford. Our next game is Asana against Sheffield United. I think this is a little bit interesting game. Asana, they lost many points in these few games, but they did win a strong Man United at home. But later on, they lost the point again. Last week, they lost the point to Crystal Palace. And this week, their opponent are Sheffield United. Although Sheffield United is a promotion team, but they show their very high power here. They are the best promotion team so far. They're even in the Europe position. Maybe next season, you can see they play in the Europa League. It's not something very surprising in their position now. And I think they have chance to steal the point here. I pick 1-1 for this game. Arsenal may lose the point again. Third, Brighton and Hove Albion against Aston Villa. Last weekend, their defending champion Man City has crushed Aston Villa 6-1, and Brighton and Hove Albion lost to Everton. So both teams lost at last weekend, but Brighton consider lost to a team who in the racing position. Everton, who just changing their coach to the famous coach Carlos Ancelotti. So Brighton and Hove Albion sometimes they have good performance at their home here, including they have beat Spurs before and they have still point against some big team before. So I believe their home can bring the success 3 point here. My prediction score is Brighton big Aston Villa 2-1. Next, Man City versus Crystal Palace. Okay, I mentioned above. Man City have crushed Aston Villa 6-1 last weekend, where their top scorer Sergio Aguero scored a hat-trick here. Looking their forward in a good form. Now they face Crystal Palace. Crystal Palace last week they still a point against Arsenal, but this week they face Man City. Man City last week they are surpassed Leicester City and now they are on second position. To maintain this second position, I believe Man City will continue another winning here. They continue their winning streak. My prediction, they win against Crystal Palace 3-0 for Man City. Next game, Norwich City against AFC Bournemouth. Last weekend, Norwich City lost to Man United 4 goals. They conceded 4 to Man United. Now Norwich City are on the bottom league position. They are on the last position here. They will face AFC Bournemouth. And now they really need the point to escape from the relegation zone. So I believe after loss to Man United, today they play at home, they really need the point here. I think they will win on this game. 2-0 for Norwich City. Next, Southampton versus Wolverhampton Wanderers. Last week, Southampton surprisingly beat the Leicester City, who was in a very good form, but recently they're looking down in a dropping form. Last week they lost to Southampton, and they will face Wolverhampton Wanderers. Wolverhampton Wanderers, they once called a Giants killer, but last week they only drew with Newcastle United. They also lost their point here. And I think the stamina factor may affect Wolverhampton Wanderers because they just faced Man United in the rematch on the FA Cup this week. I think this Thursday or this Wednesday. So their stamina may be a factor here. But I believe Wolverhampton still have a strong team, better players there. So I pick Wolverhampton can back to their winning form. My prediction, Wolverhampton beat Southampton 2-1. Next game, West Ham United against Everton. West Ham last week lost to Sheffield United. While Everton, they beat Brighton and half Albion. As I mentioned, after Everton changed their course to the famous one, Carlos Ancelotti, now looking Everton are back in the racing form. Recently, they are raced on their position. Now, I think they can continue this racing trend here and make another winning here. 1-0 for Everton, my prediction score. Our next game is Newcastle United versus Chelsea. Okay, last week Newcastle drew with Wolverhampton. They made a little bit surprising result because Wolverhampton looking a favourite there, and Chelsea they no problem 3-0 win against Burnley last week at home. Now they face Newcastle United. Chelsea sometimes at the game they had some surprising there. They can beat a strong team, but sometimes they will lose the point too. And I think in this past 1 or 2 months they also lost many points just like Asana. So although last week they win here, but they are sometimes calling unstable performance. So if Chelsea need to win here, I think their Abraham need to have a good performance here. But I think Newcastle United they have chance to stealing the point here. 1-1 my prediction score. Next, Burnley against Leicester City. Last weekend, Leicester surprisingly lost their game to Southampton and made them losing their second place position. They are surpassed by Man City now. They are dropped to third position and further away from the champion, the lead currently the Liverpool. So Burnley last week they lost to Chelsea. This is not surprising here, but I think if Leicester need to continue to chase the leader and to chase the second place position Man City, they need a win here. Jamie Vardy back to the game last weekend and he assisted a goal, but Leicester did not win. I believe this week if Jamie Vardy can bring Leicester back to the winning form. So if Jamie Vardy could score, Leicester may win. My prediction here, Leicester win 2-0. Next is the big main event of this week. As I mentioned at the opening session, their Liverpool will face another strong team. Here is it. They will face their red rivals, Manchester United. And the first leg, Liverpool almost win all the 19 Premier League teams except one, Manchester United. They just drew 1-1 with Man United at Old Trafford and they almost lost this game. If not the last 5 minutes, Lallana scored the equalizer. So this week, they will meet again at Stamford Bridge. I think in the market now, Liverpool are really in the favour position because they continue the winning streak. They already break the Premier League record, the Europe record on the Premiership table. So they are really in a very high form. And of course, favour go to Liverpool. But did you think Man United have the chance to win here? I do think so. Because sometimes football is not about a strong match win week. And Man United did face the injured problem there. Their Rashford are looking injured at the rematch on Wolverhampton this week there. So could him play against Liverpool? This is a doubt. And sometimes a weak team maybe has a power, positive, energetic to win the game. You still remember what happened in last season Champions League second leg? Many say, oh, Liverpool are done because Mo Salah injured. Firmino injured. They only have the second bench player to play against the very top form and very good team with the winning of the Ballon d'Or, Messi, Barcelona. But what happened? Liverpool made a surprising big turn here. So you think Man United can do the same? I think football is not just about 1 + 1 = 2. I think United have the chance here actually. I predict a surprising result here. 2-1, United will beat Liverpool and breaking their unbeaten record on this Premiership. But this is just a prediction. There is nothing right, nothing wrong. And you do not need to spend any cent from this predict here. This is not about the betting. You need to spend the money, okay? You guessing right, you guessing wrong, no problem. That is just a game. So you guys also can join and collab with me guessing your result here. Maybe you will think surprising result also. But I hope more people can join and collab with me. Subscribe and like my channel. We will see you in the next prediction video. Bye bye.